welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Erica with Memory Box Candle Co. and I make videos all about making and selling candles. And today's video topic is going to be me sharing with you how I went and designed and created my website without having to hire a web developer. Now, if you are getting started with your candle business, if it's something that you're wanting to do or something that you are in the process of doing and you know that eventually you are going to want to create your own website for your business, then I want to share the information with you on how I learned and figured out how to create my own website. And it is so much easier than you think. Now, luckily we live in a day and age where we don't have to do anything from scratch anymore. We don't have to learn HTML or hire somebody who knows HTML and format every little detail of the website from scratch. There's actually websites and platforms that allow you to essentially do a template of a website and just fill it in with your information, your products, your photos, and it turns into your own website. The two companies that I used to build my website was Shopify and GoDaddy. Now, those are two different things. GoDaddy is actually just so you can get a domain name, and I highly recommend that you secure a domain name right now. Domains are not expensive at all. I think after everything is said and done, it's between $20 and $40 for the year or for 2 years. Sometimes they have specials depending on which domain name you are choosing, but it's very inexpensive for what it is, and you can secure a domain name now. So if you have your business name and you are pretty sure that in the future you're gonna want to have a website, highly recommend just get a domain name now. And there are tons of different websites that you're able to get a domain name on, but I just have personally used GoDaddy. No real reason why. That's just the first place I went to, and that's the place that I've gotten a couple different domain names from. Also, if you're not familiar with what a domain name is, it's essentially just what you type into the address bar on the internet. So mine is memoryboxcandleco.com. That is a domain name. And then I personally went through Shopify to build my website. Now, there are so many different platforms that you can go through. You don't have to go through Shopify. I just have a lot of experience. In the past, I've been using Shopify since I was 22 years old, something like that, building different website platforms and kind of learning the back end. And that's just what I'm most familiar with and most familiar talking about with on here because it's what I personally use. But you can use Wix, you can use Squarespace, you can use Big Cartel. There are so many different website platforms and they all have different prices, but Shopify for their basic plan is I think $30 a month, and you're able to have your website up and running and sell your products and be able to kind of adjust and create your website to your brand colors and however you want to design it. Also, just so you know, I'm not sponsored by either Shopify or GoDaddy. I may possibly in the future have affiliate links to them if I'm able to get them in the future, but as of right now, I'm not affiliated or sponsored by either one of them. So basically, I think the things that I like the most about Shopify as a web hosting platform is just because once you learn everything on the back end, it's actually relatively easy to understand and be able to change things on the back end to have it reflect the way that you want to on your website. There is a learning curve, as is to everything else, but once you figure everything out, you realize that it's essentially just taking the template that they give you and then kind of adjusting it to your liking. So a template or a theme is essentially what you are looking into when it comes to getting a website. So Shopify is the hosting platform, and then you can also have your website theme. So Shopify does provide, I think, 4 or 5 different free themes, I think, but you can also pay for themes as well. So a theme is essentially just the way of the layout of your website. So every theme is going to look different, and depending on what your business is, how you want it to look, the vibe you want it to be, everything is going to be tailored to your brand and your business. And that's how you can really stand out and be unique, is to have a unique theme. So there are themes that you can pay for on Shopify. There's other websites that offer Shopify themes. I think even Etsy has a Shopify theme, and I've personally had 2 paid ones one so far. I started off with the paid one, and I recently, almost a year ago, I think now, had changed up and got another paid theme to have my website look a little bit differently. And now it looks a lot differently than it did before, and that's just because different themes will be able to offer different customization features. Something else that I really love is on Shopify, you're able to actually search and purchase different apps for your website. And depending on what the apps are, there's some really, really good ones that will be able to help you grow and scale and get more information. You're able to get email marketing going. You're able to get different reward programs going for your website. Things that would be so much harder and cost a lot more money to hire a web developer to create everything from scratch and get that all going. Again, I know that's something that's an option, but I just think that Shopify, I would just rather pay the monthly fee for Shopify and have it all done and not have to worry about the stress of hiring somebody and knowing, that it's all being done from scratch versus Shopify. It's already just pre-made and it's just so much easier. But I think what I'm gonna do now is just hop onto my computer, pull up Shopify, the back end, and just show you some examples of their free themes, some demos of paid themes and how they look different, and then also just some basic customizations. So this is what the back end of Shopify looks like. I went ahead and just created another store. I just did the 14-day free trial, and I did just a pretend name of Best Candle Company. And so my URL is the bestcandlecompany.myshopify.com. So that is what your domain name is going to be unless you add on a custom domain. So like I was stating before, I do use GoDaddy. So GoDaddy is where you're able to search domains. So if I typed in bestcandlecompany.com, let's see what comes up and if it is available. So bestcandlecompany.com is taken, but I would be able to do .store, .net, .live, .org. So these are some things to also consider when you're getting started with choosing a business name. You want to look and see if the domain name is taken, if the Instagram is taken, and if the Gmail is taken. And you want to secure those as soon as possible. But this was just an example and just to show you where I purchase it from. And these prices down here can kind of be deceiving. It is going to be a little bit more than $1. I thought that it was going to be a lot cheaper than it was, but there is a little bit more added onto it. But overall, it is actually pretty inexpensive. But going back over to Shopify, I wanted to show you where you can see the theme area. So you're going to click on online store right here, and it gives you more areas down here, but it's going to default to the theme section. So right now, this is the current theme. So it's called Dawn, and that is considered a free theme. Down here, you can explore more free themes, or you can visit the theme store. But just to show you what it looks like on the current theme, you go over here to customize and it takes you over to this area. So this is what the website looks like right now. So you can add text right here, you can add an image to the background, add different products right there. And this is just kind of the layout so far of this current theme. And if we click on this exit button right up here at the top, it'll take us back over, and I'm just going to click on explore free themes just because I haven't seen these in quite a while, so I'm not too sure which ones they have, and it has changed a lot. So it looks like they have 4 free themes. So if I click on craft, this is what this one looks like, and I'm going to actually add this one to the theme library so we can take a look at that one as well. So you are able to have multiple different themes going on, paid themes, free themes, and you can customize each of them. And that's actually how I was able to change my website over so smoothly, was because I had a paid theme and I was able to work on another paid theme without actually having to take down my website. So that was really nice. So I'm going to wait for this to install and then we will check it out. Okay, so that is done uploading. So I'm going to do the same thing and click on customize. And you can already see how different this one looks from the other theme. And that's what I meant by how the theme can really change the way that your store looks and really add kind of your brand and a different vibe to your shop than other websites. And you can kind of tailor it to your liking.
And just to give you a little example of some customization in this area, all of these areas right here are able to be moved around. So you can either take that away by clicking on the little eye and having it crossed out. And let me see if I can show you what that looks like on top. So if I were to remove that, it removes it from there. And then you're also able to grab this little area right here and move that down. So if you want to have that be the top and have that right there, you can kind of move that around to your liking. And then you're also able to change the colors, the fonts by going down to the bottom and clicking on theme settings. So for the colors like that, we're able to change the colors of everything. So just as an example, if you wanted the background color, hopefully please don't make your background color like this because it would be really hard to read. But if you wanted to change the background color, you can change it to whatever color you want to. I usually have mine a brighter color just because it makes the product stand out a lot more. And then if we go back over here, I'm just gonna leave the page and not save anything on there. I'm gonna go down to the Shopify theme store. So this is where you're able to go on and actually purchase different themes and look into the different, I almost said amenities, so the different things that they offer on these paid themes. So for instance, if we click on this one right here called Symmetry, this one is $300. And I'm gonna click on the View Demo Store. And you can already see on this one the difference from the free theme to the paid theme. So you can see how it looks. And what's really nice is you can see what it looks like on desktop as well as on a mobile device. So this is what it would look like on a mobile device versus on the desktop. And I do like working on desktop as well when I am designing my themes and doing my website design. But I also will always make sure that it's going to transfer over well for mobile. So some designs and what you're working on may not look good on mobile, and you want to make sure that it's going to look good on both. And you can see on here, it does have these little social media icons, and it just looks a lot more upscale. And of course, it does look nicer because there are products and photos on here versus what we were looking at was a little different. So that's why with the free themes, you can really make it look really nice. And I think they actually do over here on the free theme. I think you are actually able to see, let me click on this. I think they do have a demo store. So let me click on this demo. So even on a free theme, this still looks really nice, and you don't have to pay, $200, $300, $400 for a paid theme, especially when you are getting started. And trust me, these free themes on Shopify are so much better than the ones they used to have like 4 or 5 years ago. They've really been able to upgrade these a lot more. And you're able to, have all of your products down here and be able to adjust it to your liking. And really the photos that you add are going to make or break your website. So your product photography is really the most important thing when it comes to website design, and also making it simple and easy on the eyes for the customer going onto your website. But I think I'm going to end today's video right here because this is just a basic understanding and introduction to having a website for your candle business. And I know that I will and have so many different ideas for things that I want to do when it comes to website design and just more in depth with creating products and collections and being able to create pages and navigations and just making it more customizable for your website on how you want it to look. So I think, again, I'm going to end today's video right here. I really, really hope you guys enjoyed today's video and you learned something. If you did, make sure to leave me a thumbs up as well as subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.